Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously you guys can tell this is a makeup look using all of my Holy Grail makeup products. These are my favorite products at the moment. I've been loving them. I'm showing you everything that I used from my skincare to my setting spray, everything in between. And if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. By the way, before I move on, this is a new lighting setup. My first time ever filming with this. And yeah, hopefully it turned out okay. Hopefully you guys enjoy it and let me know what you think. I think, judging by the viewfinder, it looks a lot better. So if the lighting is a little bit off, then please forgive me. Okay, so before I begin the makeup, I am going to show you what skincare products I've been using recently and what I use today to prep my skin. Obviously, most people know, in case you don't, skincare is really just as important as makeup when it comes to the finished result. So you want to make sure you're prepping your skin or your base correctly, and that's how you're going to get the best result out of your makeup as well. So these are products that I've been using constantly recently. They're my favorite at the moment. I really love them, and it's what I use today to prep my skin. So I did meet with the girls from the brand a couple of weeks ago. They showed me all of their products. They told me which ones would suit my skin type and gave me them to try out. And basically I've been using them non-stop since to kind of test which ones I like, and I've been really impressed with them. So I'm going to show you my favorite ones. So all of the products are from Then. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I'm so bad at French, but just bear with me. I was told the Hydrants range suited my skin best, and the first product is the Hydrants serum, which looks like this. I'm a huge fan of serums. I know not everyone uses them, but I actually think it's better to invest in a good serum more than anything, because I notice the biggest difference when I use them. So this one is for dehydrated sensitive skin. I don't really have as much of sensitive skin, but my skin is definitely dehydrated. So I have quite normal skin for the most part. Sometimes it kind of plays up, but it's quite normal most of the time, but it's definitely dehydrated. I love this serum. It's really lightweight, so it's perfect prior to makeup application because it really sinks into the skin really quickly. It doesn't feel too heavy on the skin, and at the same time it makes a huge difference. It really hydrates my skin, so I love it. I use about 2 pumps in the morning and again 2 pumps at nighttime. As you can see, I've been loving this. I've used a lot of it already. And the next product is the Hydrants Light Hydrating Cream. So this is actually for normal to combination sensitive skin, I'm pretty sure. And I love this. If you watch my videos, you would have seen that I actually picked this up when Tom was living in London from Boots over there, and I really was impressed with it. So I already had this, so I knew I loved it. Again, this is really light, so it absorbs quickly into the skin, but at the same time it really does hydrate and moisturize your skin really well. And lastly, I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother knows this product, but it's the Then Eau Thermale Spring Water. Again, French and me, I'm not very good at pronouncing it, but it's this here. You definitely have seen this in Boots if you live in the UK and Ireland. My mum used to use this years ago, so I'm familiar with it anyway. It's basically just a face mist, and it's soothing, anti-irritating, it's for sensitive skin, and basically just helps to hydrate your face. So good. So I basically apply this as I'm applying my skincare. After I've applied all the products to my face, I spray my face with this, let it sink in, and then start my makeup. And I also use it kind of throughout the day if I need to refresh my skin. I actually remember my mum using this when we were on holidays when I was younger, and she just kind of like spray herself as she's sunbathing to cool herself down and obviously to hydrate her skin. So I know this has been around for years and it's like a cult classic product, and for a reason. So it's really refreshing, helps to just keep your skin on point throughout the day. And I actually like to use this as a makeup setting spray as well, so it helps to kind of keep your skin nice and dewy and skin-like if you're applying a lot of powders the way I do. Okay, so moving on to the makeup, the first product I'm going to show you is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This here, it's just a really nice glowy face primer, and I love this. I do find that it kind of fills in any pores or imperfections on my skin, as well as obviously making my skin glow. However, I do love the Benefit Professional Primer, so I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with this as well. This is basically like a putty kind of, and you apply a small amount in certain areas. So I wouldn't apply this all over my face. It basically just kind of fills in open pores or any kind of textured areas on your skin and kind of helps keep it smooth. So then when you apply your foundation after, your skin just looks smoother. There's no kind of bumps and all that type of what? So I would take about that much on my hand and literally just apply it in any areas that I feel like I have kind of open pores. By the way, I did fake tan my face last night, so it caught in kind of old breakouts and dry skin, so that's why my skin looks a little bit crazy at the moment and why it looks very tanned. Okay, so next up is my all-time favorite foundation at the moment anyway, and it's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. So it's a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I only ever use it as foundation. It's very full coverage. I love it. A little bit does go a long way. I just love the finish of this. It gives a nice kind of dewy finish on the skin, and I'm in the shade 8 Golden Neutral. So when you open it, it looks like this here, and you literally, well, I literally just paint it onto my face. And the foundation brush I'm using is the AYU, I think it's called the Buffer brush. I'll leave all of the products listed below, but it's from AYU and it's my all-time favorite foundation brush. These lights actually kind of hurt my eyes, I ain't gonna lie. So obviously after my foundation, I apply some concealer. My favorite one at the moment is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I use the shade Light Warm. And as always, I just apply it under my eyes, in the center of my forehead, down the center of my nose. And I like to kind of apply it here and here on the sides of my nose as well, and a little bit on my chin. And recently I've actually been applying it here, kind of from my bottom lip up, and that kind of like lifts the corner of your lips. There. And basically that lifts the corner of your lips, so kind of creates a nicer shape to your bottom lip. And to blend all of that in, obviously I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. I cannot do my makeup without one of these. And by using the beauty blender, it basically absorbs any excess product on the skin as well. Okay, so next, to set the areas that I applied the concealer, as always cannot do my makeup without this product. I use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light, and this is just my all-time favorite product. I've been using this with the Real Techniques Multitask Cheek Brush, so it's very similar to the one that I used to use, but the one that I used to use broke. So this one, Real Techniques, you can get this everywhere now. And I mostly apply this under my eyes because it adds an extra bit of brightness underneath there and keeps that area light. And it has a really light coverage to it as well, nothing major whatsoever, but I do find that it kind of helps to disguise any dark circles under my eyes even more so, because sometimes concealer just, no matter what one I use, it doesn't always hide dark bags or kind of shadows under my eyes, but this definitely helps it. So setting the center of my forehead and down the center of my nose, because that's another area that I applied the concealer, over my eyelids, and then just around this area too. Next up is to set the rest of my face. This is only a recent purchase, but already I'm in love with it, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade 2 Medium. Obviously it just looks like this. And I'm using the Zoeva 106 powder brush and just patting that on the rest of my face that I need to set. So next up, bronzer. I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun. This is a very warm bronzer and I love it. So I apply it around my forehead area, and then I apply it kind of on top of my cheekbones and in my temple area in circular motions like this. Then I use whatever's left on my brush to kind of go across the bridge of my nose. I just like that look, especially in summer. It just kind of makes you look more sun-kissed even though you're fake tanned. And then obviously underneath my jawline, and this just helps kind of carve out the jawbone, you know what I mean? So recently I haven't really been contouring as much, but if I was to contour, the product that I would use is the Hoola bronzer. I just really like this. It's not too warm, it's not too gray, and I just think it's a perfect contour shade. So I'm actually gonna skip this step, but if you are wondering, this product is amazing for contouring. Next, moving on to blush. I have to wear blush. I know a lot of people hate it, but I actually think that by applying blush, it makes you look like you're wearing less makeup, because naturally we do have color to our skin. So if you were to just be an all over one color, it looks really unnatural, but by adding a bit of a flush of color to the cheeks, it actually makes you look a bit more natural, even though you're applying more product. So the one that I have been loving is the Benefit California blush, and it's a really nice peachy blush, and it has a really nice sheen to it as well. I'm using the Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. And I only apply a really small amount of it, but I definitely think that it makes a big difference to the overall look. So moving on to highlight, this is amazing, and it is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish Beaming Blush Highlighter. Mine's actually starting to crack and move around, so I have to be really careful. This is it here. It's a really nice rose gold color, and on the cheeks when it catches the light, amazing. And as always, I'm going to use the Anastasia highlighter brush to apply it. So I do always wet my brush before applying the highlighter because it just makes it a little bit more intense. And then whatever's left of my brush, again, I just apply it above the arch of the eyebrow. And then with my finger, I apply a little bit just above the tip of the nose, not right down here. The further you apply the highlight on your nose, it's going to drag your nose down. Okay, so next we are moving on to brows, and my favorite product for them is the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the shade Soft Brown. So it's 2 different shades here. I use the lighter shade over this side for the beginning of my eyebrows, and then the darker shade for the middle to the end of my eyebrows. And I'm just using the Anastasia number 12 brush for this because it's my all-time favorite eyebrow brush. So to apply the lighter product at the beginning of my brows, I'm using the Inglot 13P brush. It's just kind of like rounded at the beginning there, so it gives a really nice shape to the beginning of my brows. It doesn't give like a straight, harsh shape. And then using the Anastasia number 12 brush again, just the angled side, to apply the darker color through the rest of them. Then for any areas that kind of have stubborn gaps, I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 4. So it's quite dark, but it's usually just for the ends of my brows. So just here where the girl took off my hair, and then maybe in the arch. Then I always set my brows, and I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. There's actually a few that I like. I do like the Benefit one, and I have a Max Factor one that's really nice as well, but if I had to pick, it'd probably be this one here. Okay, so moving on to the eyes. I was sent this recently. It's only a new release, but I've been using it a lot and I'm a huge fan. Like, I love this. Obviously, I love it because it's all warm tones and I'm obsessed. So I have no idea what makeup look I'm gonna do with this, but I am gonna zoom you in. Okay, so I'm gonna take the shades Sauced and Low Blow on a MAC 224 brush and apply these into my crease. Sorry, this is actually an AYU blending brush, not a MAC one, but basically looks the exact same. After that, I'm gonna take the shade He Devil, this one here, and I'm using the Glam & Co EB55 brush, I think, and I'm applying this just all over the lid. Then in my crease, I'm gonna take the shade En Fuego, and I'm applying this in the crease. Then I'm taking the shade Ashes with a blank canvas, really small brush that's basically the same as the Inglot 13P, and I'm applying this dark shade along my lash band. Then for underneath my eyes, I'm going to take the shade Sauced again and just apply this right along my lower lash line and just really close to it, so I'm not going to smoke it down too far. Then moving on to eyeliner, my favorite one is the MAC Stubborn Brown, and I'm applying this in my upper and lower waterline, so basically tight lining. So moving on to mascara, hands down my all-time favorite mascara ever is the Lancome Monsieur Big. This is the one that I went to Monaco for, and it is, just watch, it's amazing. And this is a brand new one, like I just opened this and it's not too watery, that's what I like about it. And that is after. I don't actually apply any mascara on my lower lashes just because I don't really think that it suits me. So we are finished with the eyes, let's move on to the lips. So starting off with lip liner, my favorite lip liner ever is the MAC Oh Honey lip liner. I feel like it's just such a perfect nude shade. A lot of the time I'll actually wear this by itself. And then my favorite lipstick is, not this one. My favorite lipstick is the MAC Honey Love lipstick, which is actually very similar to the Oh Honey lip liner. And then to finish everything off, I'm just gonna spritz my face again with this and let it dry in. So this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a big thumbs up because it really does help me out. And if you're not already, then feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. But yeah, that is it from me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.